Hi friends, it's Cherie here. Welcome back to another vlog. Today's Friday, so happy Friday, happy weekend. I'm off work today, as you guys know, but I am getting up to jump on a call. I'm getting ready to get on a call with the Florida Love Surgery team. We have some stuff to kind of go over from a previous meeting we had with another team, and we wanted to kind of debrief and talk about it. For those of you who don't know, I do work in conjunction with For the Love of Surgery, my girl Tatiana and Miss Tracy, for all of you surgical techs who follow us for that reason. But yeah, I'm kind of just getting myself ready and situated with the morning. Also want to kind of take you guys through a day in the life of like a student, because you guys know I'm in my first assist program, and today's a great day to kind of take you guys along because I start a new I started a new course today. So on Fridays a new course starts, or the new course starts on a Friday, and then like a new week of that course unlocks every Friday. So I typically have quite a bit to do, like to catch up, like do my reading and just kind of dedicate the day as like a school day, because as the weekend goes by I want to go out and I want to do stuff with my husband. So Fridays are typically the day that I kind of, all right, I'm gonna practice whatever I need to practice and kind of do what I need to do for school related things. So we're gonna do that today. After this meeting I am gonna quickly do something with my face, just do a little skincare, so I look a bit more presentable for this call, and then I'm going to grab something to eat really quick, and we're gonna jump on that call, and then we're gonna get our day started. So I know I have not been vlogging that much, and it's because I've kind of decided this year to take a step back from vlogging, just because it's not that I don't have time for it, it's just more so like, I don't know, I was just kind of feeling like unless it's something valuable, I don't really want to do much just random vlogging anymore. So I'm kind of just seeing what I want to vlog, specific things that I want to vlog, but not just like a regular day in my life of me doing nothing kind of vlog. So that's kind of where I'm at. So that's why I have not been vlogging, but hopefully I can also do some content today, batch create some content. That's also something I want to try to do today, but we'll see how all of that goes. So yeah. Got some tea. Alrighty guys, hello. Why is it 3:40 something and I'm just now sitting back at my desk? I had a meeting earlier this morning, as I told you guys. I'm gonna close the window. I had a meeting earlier this morning, like I told you guys, and after I was done with that meeting, I pretty much you see my blue light glasses? After I did that meeting, I pretty much was just hanging out with Daniel, and we had some food, and I was kind of resting because I don't really feel that well today. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna rest. And then I did some cleaning up around the apartment, and now here I am. Did a little bit of makeup just to feel better. So now I'm about to get on the computer and get some stuff done. Like I was telling you guys earlier this morning, previous clips, I was saying that today I'm starting. What am I starting today? Let's see. Okay, so I'm taking now anesthesia methods and agents. So that's what I'm going to be taking. This is a 3-week course. Usually my courses go for about 8 weeks, but this is a 3-week course. So thank God, because I just finished pharmacology and I was like, I cannot do 8 more weeks of medications. So thank God. So this is going to be interesting. I'm actually very excited to take this course because I like when you know something because of like your everyday life, and then you read about it, you learn about it, you learn because you know, working in surgery, you hear medications and you hear about all the anesthesia agents and things that are used in surgery. But when you're learning it and you get to apply it and kind of like everything starts clicking, you're like, oh yeah. And the same thing happened when I was taking pharmacology. Was like I would hear some of these, like we use scope patch a lot, and when I was doing 1 week of pharmacology, they talked about the scope patch. And I was like, oh yeah, I know what it acts. One of the questions in one of the homeworks was, one of my tests was, what was the medication scopolamine? Is that what it's called? We call it a scope patch, but it was like, what is this used for? And I was like, I know this is used for nausea. Anyways, the week is open, so each class, at least for me, I think it's different for everyone in the program depending on where you start and what month you start. The associate's degree program, they have specific start dates for those, but the certificate program, which I'm doing, they start basically like the first of every month. So depending on when you start, which month you start, whatever, which course you're taking, like it's all very different for all of us in the class. So now my assignments on lock every Friday basically. So I have to make sure I go on and read through like the week, like all of the weekly reading assignments and all the assignments that are given. You have to click those through, and then there's usually like videos that we have to watch. So like sometimes it's lectures, sometimes it's just like videos from like YouTube, like lectures from YouTube and things like that, and then we do like a quiz for it. The video quizzes doesn't really make up much of your grade. It's like 3%, and then we do a discussion post every week, and then we do a weekly test. But usually there's like a weekly reading that you have to do, and then a weekly test. So it's really not that, I would say the program is not as intense as I was expecting it to be, because you only take one course at a time. There's only one time your courses will overlap, and that's when you go off to lab. Like lab week, you're taking lab week stuff, and then you're doing your regular stuff as well. But it's really a easily managed class. There's a lot of reading involved, which kind of gets, you know, tough when you work a full-time job. That's the only thing I would say. It's like the reading components is a lot, but the workload is not that bad at all, at least not for me. And if you can manage it with like working full-time, and then when you start, you know, getting your hours in for when you start logging cases, it can get harder. But I was thinking that I was going to be taking like these 2-3 classes at the same time. That's not the case. You take one course per 8-week or 3-week period, which is really nice, because I think they just know that everyone is working full-time. That's the expectation, is you have a job, you're a surgical tech. You cannot do this program if you are not already a surgical tech. So it's like they know you're working full-time, so I guess they just give you one course at a time, which is really nice. So I can't sit here and say, oh, I'm so overwhelmed and like, it's one course at a time. The coursework is weekly. You have a lot of reading to do, but it's really not that bad at all. So this week, it looks like the reading will be coming from our textbook, which is this big ass book. Ugh. We have this really big book. It's called The Alexander's Care of the Patient in Surgery. This book is huge and it's so annoying, so I typically don't have this I don't bring this book with me anywhere. But when I was doing pharmacology, I had a much smaller book of pharmacology, and I would take that to work with me to read. This is not leaving my house. Like, do y'all see like, it's not leaving my house. And so when I had lab week, I was like, I still had classes during lab week, and I was like, I'm not putting this book in my suitcase. So I ended up just taking pictures of what I was supposed to read that week. But the readings in this book this week, most of our readings either in this book or it's online. We use, I think it's Churchill's, some other book online that we use, and then we use this one as well. This book was about $100 and something. We got it off Amazon. If anyone's gonna do the program, and whenever I'm done with my program, and you guys are going to be doing the program, please reach out to me for this book. They might just change the edition, but they do, like, I think now they have like the previous edition in PDF version for anyone who didn't buy the book. So I guess it's kind of similar. So just keep that in mind. Anyways, this book is so heavy. I don't even want to hold it too long. But I don't know if I told you guys about my day yesterday. So yesterday at work, I logged 2 cases yesterday. Yesterday we did a tummy tuck and a mastopexy. Not a lot of the plastic cases that I do are accepted. So like facelifts and rhinoplasties and things like that are not accepted. But tummy tucks, breast reductions, mastopexies, arm lifts, thigh lifts, those work. And yesterday we had 2. So I was like, yay. But I got to basically sew the areola back together, which was a first. Another surgeon has let me done that before, but this other surgeon, is the first time he told me to do it, and he was like, yeah, go ahead and do it. And then I also did 2 drain stitches. So we had 2 tummy tucks, and so I placed the drain stitches for the tummy tuck, and then I also closed the tummy for the tummy tuck, and then I closed the breast for the breast mastopexy. I feel like that was such a good day. It was a long day because, of course, you know, I still had my job to do after the case. I had to clean up everything and reprocess instruments and stuff like that. But one thing to remember, if you're going to do this program and you're working in smaller practices like me or whatever, like, you can't, it's up to your practice whether or not you can double dip. And by double dipping, I mean if you are on the clock and clock cases as well. So if you're logging cases, so if you're thinking of just logging on your cases while you're on the clock, you need to talk to your peoples, because they could be like, no, you can't do that, that's double dipping. And then also you can't dual role. So for me, I can't be the scrub tech and I can't be the first assist student in the room. So for me, I just have I have 2 nurses, thank God. So when there's a case that I want to log, basically, I will have my circulator go ahead and, not my circulator, well, sometimes she's a circulator, but like I said, we have 2 nurses, so one of them will scrub for me, and then I will do first assisting. But you cannot be you can't be the scrub on the chart, and you can't be as well as, so you can't dual role. So you gotta find somebody else to come in the room to be the scrub tech while you be your first assist person, whatever. So like, if you work at a private practice or smaller practice, have someone else scrub the case while you do first assist. I have the worst headache right now, and I think it's because my hair is too tight. I always like do that to myself. I feel like as women, we do our hair and giving myself a headache. Woo. So yeah, so that was cool yesterday. I think I have like 4 more cases this month that I can log, which is nice. And I'm still waiting to hear back from one of the hospitals to go and do my general surgery cases and some other stuff. Hopefully that works out. It's just been such a long process. That's the only downside of the program, and that's the only downside of me just working at in plastics, like specializing. I don't have a way of getting my cases without going to a different hospital, basically. Hey guys, so it is about almost 7 p.m. so I'm going to wrap up studying for today. I got through my modules for today. Also just went ahead and just answered the discussion post for this week, even though it's not due until tomorrow. Usually our first response is due tomorrow, but then we have to respond to 2 of our classmates, and that's not due until like Tuesday. So I went ahead and just did my first response. And I can't respond to anyone because no one else has made their post yet. So that's kind of that for tonight. I am going to call it a night, and I'm going to stop studying for now, but I usually have my iPad with me and just do like little games and stuff, or just to go through like touch surgery for just for fun while I'm like watching TV or something. So I probably will do that, but then tomorrow I will wake up early and start my reading, and also just do a little bit of studying and practice some sutures and stuff with you guys. Something that I realized with when I was doing the drain stitches on yesterday was that it feels different when you're doing it with gloves on. So I brought home some gloves to practice, so I'm going to try to do that tomorrow. So I just want to practice how to get my ties, because I felt like the suture kept slipping out of my hands. So I want to practice that some more to make sure I get familiar with how it feels with gloves on and doing my ties. So I want to practice that tomorrow. So I'm going to do that tomorrow. And yeah, that's it. Hi guys, happy Sunday. Today is Sunday. We went from Friday to Sunday. So sorry, but I actually didn't end up vlogging Saturday because I wasn't really feeling well all day. So I kind of just like chilled out, took it easy, didn't leave the house at all because I just wasn't feeling well. And then today we went to church this morning, and then got home, meal prep, did a bunch of, Sunday stuff, getting ready for the week, and just like doing little reading here and there. But I think I'm gonna just extend this vlog a little bit. Also, there's something wrong with my camera. Don't know why I'm not like, I feel like I'm not focusing well. I don't know, I think there's something wrong with my lens. But anyways, I think I'm just going to take you guys a little bit, just a couple days in my life throughout the week. Yeah, I think that would be good. Like, I'll take you guys to work with me. Tomorrow I have 2 cases. I have a tummy tuck, and then I have a rhinoplasty. I can assist on the tummy tuck, but then the rhinoplasty, I can't count that one because it's a closed procedure. As much as I do a lot to assist the surgeon, there's just not much for us to do. So like not much suturing, you know what I mean? Especially if it's a closed rhino versus an open rhino. I don't even know what kind of rhino it is, but tummy tuck and rhino tomorrow. So I think I'll take you guys with me tomorrow, and then I don't know if Tuesday I have anything. Tuesday's usually a surgery day, but I'm not sure what the calendar has. So yeah, I'll take you guys throughout the week, how I manage work, school, all that good stuff. So yeah, it's about 8 o'clock now, like after 8 on Sunday night. So I'm just going to sit here. I have my sleepy time tea. It's very hot. I put 2 cubes of ice in there, but it's a huge cup of tea. But I put 2 cubes of ice in there, and as you guys can see, I don't know if you guys can see the steam coming from the cup, but it is so hot. I can't drink that. It's so hot. Oh yeah. The electric kettle is just, she does a lot. So yeah, I'm going to just sit here. I'm gonna just go through my syllabus for this week on the computer real quick, and then I'm gonna get ready for bed. On Sundays I try to, especially if I have surgery on Monday, I try to just get everything ready. So I already did my meal prep, and I think for breakfast is easy because I think I'm just gonna have avocado toast tomorrow with some hard-boiled eggs. And I get up in the morning and I do my hard-boiled eggs in the morning because I don't like cold stuff. So I will do my hard-boiled eggs while I'm getting ready, and so by the time I get to work, they're still warm, and I'll eat them when I get to work. So I'll do that in the morning, but I'm gonna pack my bag and stuff and just like lay out what I need, like my compression socks, things like that. I have to pack that. But yeah, I'm just gonna take you guys through a quick little week in my life, see where it stops, and yeah. But hi guys, happy Monday. So today we actually got to the OR and it was way too hot in the operating room to start our first case of the day. It was 75 degrees and it kept getting higher as the morning went on. Turns out we had lost power in this building over the weekend, so we had to wait until management came and like reset our air conditioning system for us, because it's very detrimental to patients to open sterile supplies in a very hot and humid environment. So we wanted to make sure we got the OR back to cooling and at least back down to in the 60s, so I really felt comfortable with, and that's when we were able to get our cases done. But that was pretty much Monday for me.